In today's webinar, we will be learning about the Microsoft Windows operating system, what it is, and how to update. This has been a highly requested topic because of the new Windows 11 update that we're all really curious to learn about. All right, so firstly, what is the Windows operating system? The Windows OS is a computer operating system made by Microsoft. The operating system runs the computer's hardware and software. It can be thought of like a manager at a store. The manager is the person who keeps track of inventory, employees, and the function of the store. Similarly, an OS manages your computer parts and computer software, such as your hard drive, applications, processing unit, graphic card, and in some cases, antivirus. So what are Windows updates? Updates to Microsoft Windows operating system are changes in the operating system's code that the company issues to patch vulnerabilities and fix discovered bugs and glitches. They can also introduce new features such as better user interfaces, which basically means that it may look more appealing or minimalistic and could be easier to use, new buttons and tools, extra built-in applications, and more. This is a cool chart that shows the progression of Microsoft Windows over time. So it'll be cool if you think about the number of improvements made since the first version, like Windows 1 all the way up to Windows 11 that we have today, right? So the history of Windows. Microsoft has made significant changes to Windows since its creation. In fact, all popular operating systems have received many major updates to improve how they work. The first public version of Windows was released on November 20th, 1985. What I find really awesome is that you can even try this one out to satisfy your curiosity in your browser or by using the link below. Continuing on with the history, we'll have a look at how Windows was transformed from Windows version 1 to Windows 11. So it's a really big change. As you can see, this is a very analog, traditional looking computer system, like something you'd see on a really old computer. And this is something much more modern, minimalistic, and it seems a lot easier to use. So how do Windows updates work? Your updates are performed by this piece of software called Windows Update. These are the steps that Windows Update takes to successfully perform an update. It scans your computer at random times for a new update, checks to confirm the update is appropriate for your machine, downloads update files to your computer, installs the update to your computer, and restarts your computer to commit the update, which means changes become permanent. Now, automatic updates with Windows 10. Updates are automatically downloaded when they are available. Then they are automatically installed onto your computer. When it is finished installing, you will receive a notification. This icon indicates that an update is ready to be finalized and needs a computer to restart. Click this icon that you see in the middle of your screen here, and it'll be on the bottom right corner of your Windows 10 or 11 screen. And then you'll click that icon to restart now, or select a later time to restart. I personally like having the automatic updates on so that I don't have to worry about going in and clicking it. So just every time I shut down my computer before I go to sleep, and it'll be all updated. Some additional notes: whenever you decide to restart, feel free to take a break. It may take several minutes to finish. If you choose to schedule it for a later time, make sure not to shut down your computer. If the computer is shut down, it will install the update when you power it on. Make sure to always save your work before restarting, and never unplug or unpower your computer while updating. Now, how to check for updates on Windows 10. You're going to click on the Windows icon at the bottom left corner of your screen. click on the settings icon, and then go to update and security. Now checking for Windows updates. This is what the settings for Windows updates may look like. Here we can see the next updates and options to restart. We can assume the update has already been downloaded and installed since the status says pending restart, as you can see on the screenshot at the right side of your screen. So it's going to say restart required, and to initiate the update, you can just hit restart now. So if your Windows computer is up to date, you should see this image in your Windows update settings. It'll say you're up to date, last check today at 9:50 p.m. And if you want to manually check for updates in case you think your computer didn't notify you, just click check for updates. Below are also options to set your active hours. This is the time Windows will try to award for updates. So if you're doing important work or you're in a meeting, you won't be interrupted. Now, should you update your computer? Most people would want to have their computer up to date so they won't have to worry about compatibility issues and potential vulnerabilities in terms of cybersecurity, for example. They also get to experience brand new features and enhancements to the operation system. Should you update your computer? Although there are a few things to be aware of, updating will take time and you will need to wait for your computer to restart after installing an update. Updating will use the computer resources while running. Your computer may be temporarily slower until it is finished downloading and installing. In rare occurrences, new updates can break an application on your computer. Usually this can be fixed by uninstalling the application and reinstalling it. Even though it may be a hassle, most security experts would highly recommend you update as soon as possible. Basic security issues can be exploited by hackers or malware, and it would be far worse than the annoyance of having to update. Harmful programs can steal your information, spy on you, spread to other computers on your network, and damage your device irreparably. Similar to why antiviruses are needed, the latest Windows update is also important. The best thing to do is to keep everything up to date. I also noticed that this is important because Windows 10 and 11, they have their own built-in antivirus, which is really excellent. So along with updating your operating system, usually the Windows antivirus called Windows Defender is equally updated. Here are 5 tips for updating. Update as soon as you can. That means like as soon as you see that little logo flash at the bottom right of your screen, try to update it as soon as you can from that time. Read the patch notes to see what has changed. Save your work before updating, as some work can be lost if unsaved. Update other applications to make sure they can work with this new update. And set an automatic restart time so you don't have to wait. Now, recent Windows updates. A recent update from October 26, 2021 to version 21H1 includes a few bug fixes. It fixed issues such as subtitles not displaying properly, Kana input, Japanese text, mode users unable to insert a question mark, and black screen while slideshow set as lock screen background. Now the next Windows update. The most recent Windows update for November 2021, called 21H2, has been under development. Most notably, it will include enhancements to Wi-Fi security, new features for Windows Hello for Business, and support for GPU or graphics card computation. Now the future of Windows. Microsoft has announced that Windows 10 will be supported until October 14th, 2025. This means that after that date, no further security updates will be released. By that time, Windows 11 will become the new flagship operating system for Microsoft, and Microsoft is already directing much of its resources to developing Windows 11. And finally, I will be conducting a quick live demo of some instructions on how to navigate the Windows 10 operating system, how to update, and where you can get more information about the operating system. So as you can see here on my screen is my Windows desktop. The first thing I'll be showing you is how to get to the settings in order to check for updates or update your computer for that matter. Firstly, I want to just point out that this is in fact Windows 11, the newest version of Windows and the successor of Windows 10. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to go to the Windows button, which will be the blue little 4 squares at the bottom of your screen on your taskbar. You're going to click that and then go to all apps and go down to S. You can either scroll or do what I just did, click on a letter and then go to S and go to settings. I find it also easier just to search for it by typing it in the top search bar and clicking on it. So at this point, it's going to open your settings, okay? And once you are in your settings, you will be able to go to the section that says dates by navigating on the left hand side and go to Windows Update right there. And as you can see at the moment, it says I'm up to date. And I just checked it before the webinar because I was curious. And it does say that I am up to date as of 3:33 p.m. As you can see, there are also optional updates if you are up to date. So as you can see, there's a cumulative update for Windows 11. And you can download and install that if you wish. I'm not going to do it now because otherwise my computer will have to restart or rather my computer will become slow. So I'm just going to ignore that for now. And then if you're interested and want to check for an update manually in case you don't have automatic updates on, you're just going to hit that gray button on the right hand side that says checking for updates, and it's going to check for any new updates for you. And as you can see, it's actually started installing, unfortunately for me, the Windows update. But at least now you can see how it's downloading, and hopefully my computer doesn't bug out while I'm on the meeting. But now that it's downloading, you guys can see what it looks like. So once it's done downloading, I believe it's going to prompt you to restart your computer. If you can also just search as it's easier for me at the top left and find a setting and search update. And you can see like a bunch of different options like advanced Windows update settings, change active hours, which we went over as well. So as you can see, I can choose like whether I want it to update as soon as possible, even during active hours. Notify me when a restart is required to finish updating. And as you can see right now, my active hours are currently set to 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can either do it manually, but I like to just leave it on automatically because it automatically checks it automatically analyzes the activity on my computer, so it knows when I'm using it and when I'm not. So I just like to go off based off that artificial intelligence. You can also check for optional updates, delivery optimization, which just means like the best, like optimizing the way the update is put in. Recovery restart app, so automatically save my restartable apps when I sign out and restart after I sign in, and configured update policies. Now, next I'm going to show you guys how you can get some more information for the Windows 10 operating system. So what I like to do is simply navigate to Microsoft.com. So I would just search for Microsoft and go to Microsoft, see Cloud Computers, Apps, and Gaming. And then once I'm at Microsoft.com, it's first obviously going to show you their products if you want to buy anything. But what we're interested is in the operating system itself, right? Windows by Microsoft. So to get to that, I just like to at the top navigate over to Windows. And over here, it's going to give you the information for the newest update and everything you're going to need to know about Windows 11. It'll play like a cool little feature for you. And as you scroll, it'll give you information about it. and also instructions on how to use the operating system. So I find this a great resource. If you want to learn more about Windows 11, you can click here up at the top, and it's going to allow you to do that. You can watch videos, see different features in Windows 11 right now, learn how to update, learn how to multitask and focus your workflow. You can shop for PCs that are compatible for Windows 11 and that Windows highly recommends. Yep, again, how you can update to Windows 11. And another thing that I wanted to go over today is the compatibility of your PC. So I would highly recommend everyone here updates to Windows 11, except for certain people who might have older laptops that aren't compatible with Windows 11. In that case, maybe it's a good idea to stay with Windows 7, Windows 10, or whatever operating system is running well on your PC. But if you're not sure if your computer is too old, you can download the PC Health Check app or see the minimum system requirements for the new operating system. And these are tailored by Windows, so you shouldn't have a problem by following their instructions. So that was pretty much it for our live demo, and thank all of you for listening. And if you'd like to learn this session with the Cyber Seniors mentor and you want some more help, you guys can always go to cyberseniors.org or call our toll-free number to register for a one-on-one phone session. If you guys have just quick questions about Windows and want them answered and you don't need like a full hour to work with someone one-on-one, we also host weekly tech drop-in session from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays, which is a great resource.